favorite, Michael Norman, has to be 43.60 at pre. Put all questions to rest. I'm not just going to be watching for the win here. I want to see time. I want to see how he manages the rounds because I think the aim here obviously is gold, and it's Gardner. We've seen what Gardner's done. Gardner has looked pretty good. Gardner has won a bunch of gold medals. So Norman, though, clear favorite.
Yeah, I agree with you. Norman, clear favorite. I think Randall Frost had an opportunity to be the favorite if he would have, thrown down a incredible like 43 second at NCAAs, but he ran 44 low and said it was a bad race, which was people made fun of him for it because who calls 44 low a bad race? Randall Frost
Mhm.
does. Speaking of Randall Frost, did you see he is transferring to Tennessee to join his dad?
I did. I did see that. I did not. I thought he would go pro.
Right? I mean, he said he need. What else does he need to prove in college, man? He's won back titles. I guess he doesn't have the
Yeah.
outdoor record. Does he have the outdoor record?
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
So he just wants to get college records. I guess that's what his final thing he
Just
needs.
go
He's
to
already
the just go to the SEC and just mess stuff up in the SEC. I
yeah.
listen. His choice. I people. I don't blame people when they go and get paid, but also don't blame people if they want to stick around and run more in college. I mean, it certainly changed the SEC 400-meter landscape. I'll say
Yeah,
that,
it does.
and it puts Tennessee in a great position for their first year, just to have all right. Our four
You
by
have a
four is
guy get
probably
10
going to be
points. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And listen, especially indoors where that low score can win. I'm not talking about winning conference necessarily, but winning NCAA's is like all right. You put 10 on the board already, you're in a good spot. And we know how Tennessee was pretty solid last year, too. So, yeah, I did see that. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. I agree with you. Norman is the favorite. I think Ross is you know, the second favorite, but he's 1B and Norman is 1AA. So
Mhm.
who's
Yeah,
your
I
sleeper?
have this one. I went with champion Allison because it was similar to the women's side of things where you have a lot of veterans and then you have the collegians, and it feels like you don't really have anybody in between as much. I guess someone like Norman would be the in between, but you're picking him to be favorite. But Deadman is also interesting. He ran well this. He had some good moments this year, but I went with Allison coming off running second to Ross. Ross got all the headlines, but Allison, maybe he can get that. Remember, there's going to be four here with Cherry in the bye, so maybe Allison can grab that spot.
Yeah, I would want to say Champion Allison as well, but I'm more high on him. I don't think he's gonna surprise. I don't think it'll be that much of a surprise if he were to finish top 3 or top 4. So I could go with like the Norwoods or the Deadmans, but
Mhm.
maybe get a little wild here. Maybe Elijah Godwin. Maybe this is a chance for
Yeah,
Georgia to kind of have like a crazy, not crazy, like a impressive USA's where like Godwin and Bowling both make a team. And it's like, whoa,
mhm.
Georgia, they get the two guys on Team USA. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
So I can go Godwin, and I think the ultimate like sleeper. I think people are forgetting about someone like Will London. Will London, he consistently makes finals. You can find a way to get into a final, and if you're in a final and things go haywire, you could be a sleeper. So, but I'm gonna
or
mainly
Norwood.
go with Elijah Godwin.
Yeah, Norwood too. Someone like that
Yeah,
could get in the mix. Or as I mentioned, Deadman. I went my pick. Now Cherry's on, so you don't need to worry about that. But I Norman, Ross, and then Allison, and then I think Cherry. he doesn't need to finish in the top 5, but I think he'll get there. He he was above 45 seconds his last 2 races. His sub 45 streak got broken for 2 races in a row. Maybe part of that is him knowing, "Hey, I don't need to be ready until it's time." So, but I still think he'll acquit himself well. He'll make that final.
Yeah, I'm going with Norman, Ross, Allison as my top 3, and I think Cherry finishes 4th if he runs.
Okay.